about to hit up. We in Bowie State University. We about to holla at DJ Money right now. You feel me? Every blue moon. You know what I'm saying? We about to get it popping right now. Show you how we getting into it.
Word.
Talk about some of this, you know, music, radio, all of that. You know what I'm saying?
The nigga
Let's just see what's good. Acting, all of that. Let's go on the run.
Everybody with me eat on this loony. It's fact up. Thick shorty gon' hold it for me. Fact though, that's fact up. Applying pressure, I catch it. Fact though, that's fact.
What's going on, y'all? We on the Run TV. I'm Charles.
This is Groove.
And we got a very special guest in here today. We have the DJ, engineer, actor. I didn't know that.
That's right.
And socialite, DJ Money.
What's up, yo? What's up,
What's
man?
going on, man?
How you, man? How y'all, man? I appreciate y'all having me, man.
No
Appreciate
problem,
y'all
no
having
problem.
me.
Yeah,
Man.
definitely appreciate you having it. So your name is DJ Money.
Yes.
First
yes,
of all,
yes.
You've been doing this since you were 12.
Yeah, I have been. I've been spending since I was 12. I didn't take it seriously until college, probably. But I've been spending, like, you know, in the basement and just perfecting since I was like 12. Yep.
Okay, so you doing it at like clubs at 12, or you
No,
just
no. I was just in the basement. I was just
house
there,
parties?
kid. Yeah, I wasn't doing no parties.
Oh,
I was
okay.
just in the basement, just learning, just perfecting my craft. Like it was a hobby.
Yeah,
Just something I didn't take it seriously until like college. Like when I said, I was like, oh, people really get money out here for this. Like, oh, this is. And then I feel like I was writing songs too when I was 12. So my thing was, that was my original passion, and I felt like spinning was a stepping stone to get to that.
Yeah. And
God kind of gave me a gift for that. So I was like, who am I to just, you know what I'm saying, to not do that as well, you know what I'm saying? So for me, it's always been about trying to get a balance between spinning, producing, and radio all at the same time. And I feel like I'm close to getting that synergy.
Okay, got you.
The trifecta.
So how's the balance looking now?
It's pretty close. Morning show here in DC, 93.9. Production, been doing a lot of producer stuff, especially the last 3 or 4 years since I was in Cali, and then when I came back, and then of course, you know, spinning. I'm always spinning, so
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, touring and different stuff like that. So we getting there. We kind of close.
Yeah, that's what's up. You just said that DJing was your stepping stone, pretty much.
Yeah.
So where did you actually get your introduction into the music business itself?
So there's a couple ways. So this is my thing. Like, I've always been a person where I try to do a plan of action. So even when I first started spinning, my game plan was like, yo, I never did a club before, so I'm gonna attack the biggest club.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So when it came to engineering and stuff, I literally was kind of just going around and seeing who had the best spot. So there was a guy by the name of Cliff Jones who had a spot, and I had the chance to like engineer there. No one knew who I was. No one knew that I was spinning or nothing like that. So I was probably there for like 1.5 years, 2 years. But before then, near my folks' crib, there was another studio. Can't think of the name right now. But I literally read the whole Pro Tools book for like top to bottom.
Gotcha.
Just read the book. Didn't even know what was going to happen. Just read the book and just started using that as my side hustle because I wasn't getting paid for spinning it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I used that as the way to get money. So to kind of like double back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So that was my first like introduction into the music business. Like Governor, Wale first getting signed, Keontae, 7 Sons of Soul with gospel stuff. Like that was like my first like introduction into it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So out of those three, because you said DJing, producing, and engineering, which one, you know, takes top rank for you?
That's tough, man. It depends on what day it is.
Yeah. what bag you in?
It depends on what day it is. Cause some days I might go a month and be like, man, like I'm gonna just focus on spinning, like, you know what I'm saying. And then there might be a time where I'm like, man, let me hurry up and do this club so I can go back home and finish this beat. But like, it's always about the music. That's regardless of what lane. Yeah. The music is the vocal point. And that's what I tell folks. Like, that's my passion. Like when folks ask me what I want to do, it's like music. Like no matter what vibe I'm on, it's always about creating and growing.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm on. You know.
So basically, what you're doing is like you're using your other platforms to kind of like help you with the music.
Yeah, 100%. Like I always wanted to just, in general, now not just for DC, but just for myself, wanted to just have music to grow. Like I grew up looking at Puff and just seeing how he took someone who was a no one and just made them a star. And not just off of what they were, who they were, but just off of the music. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know who Loon was or G-Dep or any of these people, but Puff gave them one all the time. 112. The list goes on with him, and that's just from my era. You know what I'm saying? That's what I grew up on, and then I just did my research from there, from like Clyde Davis's, Quincy Jones, of course. You know what I'm saying? These different people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's always been my focal point of growing. You know what I'm saying? So that's me.
Word. So basically, you spoke how you wanted to take it outside of DC, like you just said that. I think a lot of people don't know like the caliber of artists that you have worked with. You know, from Trey Songz, Raheem Devon, the late Mac Miller. I understand you were his tour DJ, correct?
Yeah, I did like international stuff with him from like 2010 to probably about 2014, 2015. Like me and him went around the world a couple times. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's my guy. Like I literally, we went from 150 capacity rooms to 30,000.
That's crazy.
Like just to see that growth and to see him be the person that he is. Like and I miss him for real. Like I know he had a lot of different struggles and stuff, but for him to have the impact he did, to be so young, you know what I'm saying? Like it says a lot for him. And he was a music guy. Me and him be up 5, 6 in the morning, just you know what I'm saying, just talking music, like you know what I'm saying. And it's funny because a lot of folks don't know he had a hub back at his crib, like the internet was SZA's first project, Earl Sweatshirt, Thundercat wasn't even making projects when I first met him. Vince Staples, I had no idea this nigga rapped for 2 years. Like when I was there, I thought he was just a funny dude from Cali. I was like, yo, dude, my man is wild. Like he just be at the house. You know what I'm saying? Though. Yeah, no, he's bars. I had no idea. I wish I knew back then. Like you know what I'm saying? Nah, so just to see him bring those folks together, and Schoolboy Q, Ab Soul's first project, like my first like engineering credit is on Earl Sweatshirt's project, first album. So it's like just to be around that, you know what I'm saying? And just to see that growth, and see that vibe, and see where all those artists went from to now, it shows a testament to him, his ear, and his vision as well. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying, the Net was his band at first. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of folks don't know that, but like that was his band, and then he took them on the road, and folks was like, yo, like. They're vicious, like you know what I'm saying. Like they're crazy. Who's the girl singing? Like she's vicious, like
super vicious.
So you know,
it's crazy.
Yeah, man. California was a different time for me, man. For real, when I went out there.
So basically, you had not only just like a person, like a business relationship with Mac, but you also had like a personal relationship.
Yeah, Mac is very personal, regardless. Like he was a person where if you were with him, you're fam. Like his team was very small. He didn't deal with a lot of folks. Like even with me, I wasn't the only dude with him. Clockwork was a dude that did the States. So like once I did his overseas stuff, a lot of folks thought that maybe we might not do it again. But like me and him caught a vibe. But he was just like, yo, anytime I leave the country, I'm like, you with me? I said, all right, then. So we did it. Like you know what I'm saying, and it helped out. Like it was amazing. It was a good time. Good synergy, you know?
So when it comes to business, are you more in tune? Like, do you feel like it's for you? Do you like more of the personal relationships or the like just the business? Like, let's just get it done, go, or the more personal relationships is more?
For me, when it comes to making music, I feel like the best way is to get personal.
Yeah. So
like any person that you create with, you're gonna have to learn something about them that they might not want to tell the world. I think like I want to say 2014 when I first started doing production with Mac. Like you know what I'm saying. Yeah, it was like 2013, 2014. Me and him would just have talks for hours, just about just life stuff before we even create. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those things where it'd be like, dang, like you know what, yo, this happened or this happened. Like, oh, I didn't know that about you. Like, yo, that should be a song. You know what I'm saying? We should write about that. We should talk about that. And I think that's where the best music comes from a lot of times. Like, all the records that we love, someone was going through something. Like, I make this joke, but it's the truth. Like, no one likes a happy Mary J. Blige. I make this joke, but it's the truth.
That's true. That's true.
No one likes
you
her.
Like it.
You know what I'm saying? When she's happy, everyone's like, yeah.
Yep.
Man, she's
Yeah,
happy.
it's cool. Like, I'm happy she's happy, but I hope my man gets a side piece or something, like, just so
she
we
can come out with
just
that.
so we can get another. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, it's like that. But I'm just saying, like, we can all attest to our favorite albums from her are when she's in a dark place. Unfortunately,
that's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? But that's where it comes from. Janae is another one. We can go through a list of artists that's like that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of times our artist has to go through something.
Yep.
So you can really feel them and connect with them. You know what I'm saying? Even with I tell folks now, even Bryson Tiller, right now he's too happy. It's like, we need you, like Trap Soul. He was going through something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and we felt that.
Yeah,
we felt that. You know what I'm saying? Second album, he got a little paper now. He's rich. We like, this is cool.
got a girl too.
Yeah, he got a girl. His daughter's back in life. He's rich now. It's like, you know what I'm saying? We need you to go to Vegas to lose like $1 million. Like, me, like, just feel bad.
Something happened real quick. Anything happened to you, brother?
Tiller's my guy too. So I'm just joking, but yeah, like, I think that, you know, that's what happens. Like, it has to be a little bit of personal.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay.
So, in addition to working outside of DC, working inside of DC, I know you work with Phil ID. Just tell us a little bit more about that and other artists in the area that you work with.
I think Phil, we started working 20. That's how we ended up meeting Mac, because his best friend, Mac's best friend, was a Phil fan. So we all kind of like met up, did some shows, and we just grew from there. So, but I've known Phil since second project. So me and him been working ever since then, to this day. To this day, we still working. So it's like, that's my guy. So yeah, that's my guy. Like, you'll be hearing from him real soon. So that's
you on the project?
Extremely soon.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Look forward for that one
project. Yeah. So
production or engineering?
Production. I don't really like engineer as much as I used to. Like, it's really more production vibe now. Like, more like overseeing. Like, because now like I'm so in tune of like what I want it to sound like. It'll take me too long till while I'm with the artist. You know what I'm saying? And I really want to focus on just being in that moment. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm working with Wale, Alex Vaughn, anybody, like someone, I just want to go and be like, yo, like, let's keep the train going. Like, let him work on that, and me and you can keep working on this. So I'll just, you know what I'm saying, I'll add this to the beat, or let's bring this person in to add this to the beat. Like, that's what I want to do now. Like,
Diddy vibes.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
That's lit, give it up. Shit bad 100, she ain't giving up. Focus on the mill, we ain't giving up. What's the deal with the deal, nigga? Give it up. That's lit, give it up. Shit bad 100, she ain't giving up. Focus on the mill, we ain't giving up. What's the deal with the deal, nigga? Give it up.
Hope he really can like drop some stuff officially, because you know the last 2 records they really dropped officially were crazy. Like
28, that whole project was crazy.
Amazing. So like, even us working together and doing a tape together, like, we had a good time. You know what I'm saying? We had a good time with that. Like, I remember he called me and was like, yo, I respect your ear. Like, I did this project, but I don't know how to put it together. I was just sending it to me. I'll vibe with it. I'll listen to it. I give my my feedback, and if you fuck with it, put it out how you know what I'm saying, want to put it out. Yeah. So I did. I listened to it for probably about 2 or 3 weeks. Told him my notes. Told him how I would put it in order, and I go to sleep, wake up, and he was just like, Money said it's good, so we good. I was like, whoa.
Money stamp that, baby.
Yeah,
Money stamp that.
Yeah, that's my guy, though. So shout out to Tate, man. Shout out to Tate.
Word.
Yeah, I keep hearing a bunch of bad stuff about 300. Oh, no.
I mean, it depends on what side.
Fetty got him too.
You know what it is, man? And I say this is indie label. Indie label. If you get on the bad side of any label, they're going to do it. It's just like at a job or something. Like when you at work and your boss don't like you, but you know what I'm saying. But they don't want you to go somewhere else and be and prosper.
Yep. Yeah.
You just go.
This is true.
You just got to deal. You know what I'm saying. Unfortunately, that's why I said I hope they come to a resolve, because you know there's a lot of artists that are moving. Meg Thee Stallion is on 300. There's a lot of artists on 300. Shy's on 300. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's still releasing on 300.
Yeah, he actually is on.
So you know what I'm saying? It's folks that's still out here, man. You know what I'm saying? And also too, I just want to say I'm happy for the growth of how we had no deals 2 years ago, and now it's like so many artists with
Everybody
deals.
got deals.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like legit deals, not like deals where it's just like, oh yeah, like my man signed me to my other man and we got a deal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's legit 300, Epic, Sony, Def Jam, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't forget Logic's one of the biggest artists in the world, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's from right here, so
do you feel like artists need deals
I was
down
just
there?
ask that too.
I feel like it depends on what you want to do. I say this, like, so like Q the Fool was in a space where he needed structure, he needed guidance because he's young, and his team they just took off here.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it was one of those things that I think the deal helped him. You know what I'm saying? But then you have other places where, like, you know, Shy doesn't need necessarily to go to a major where he's at right now, the type of music that he makes. Logic, for the platform he wanted to do, he had to go get a Def Jam.
Yeah.
He had to go. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Drake. I always tell folks, like, as big as Drake is, Drake has to have a system to be that big, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to, like, unfortunately, with the marketplace, no matter what happens, you eventually have to have the system. Like, that's just how the game is. Like, they're not gonna let you get but so far.
It's true. This is 100%
but I think
true.
it's changing. Like, Empire changed a lot of this. Like, you know what I'm saying? 302, United Masters. Like, there's a lot of labels that are changing this form. Like, if you go look at the marketplace shares, they are the independent route is getting bigger.
Yep.
Like, the percentages are going from 2% a quarter to 11, 12
Yep.
of the shares. Like, where, I mean, you know, you still got the 3-4 majors, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
With, like, you know what I'm saying, Warner, you know what I'm saying, Sony, you know what I'm saying, you know, stuff like that. So, like, it's only a couple majors still. Like, remember, it was a lot of major labels.
It was back then.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of
Back
major
then.
labels. But now they all had to condense because it's like, we don't really need y'all, but what we do need is the access, exactly, the access to get, because it's still clicky.
Yep.
You can't get to the Grammys and to these places and covers of magazines and stuff like that without these labels.
100% true.
What about Chance?
100% true.
What you gotta say, Chance? This is the thing with
Chance
Chance.
the Rapper? He signed though.
Yeah, I mean, but you gotta say something. Chance, this is the thing that cats keep forgetting about Chance. His management, his management, what's his name, Pat?
Yep.
Pat was an agent for one of the biggest agencies.
Gotcha.
So he had a Rolodex. So even when he left there, he had Chance. Cats probably still thought that he worked for the company. Like, oh, you got new artists? Oh, okay, man, yeah, send it over. I'll post it. Oh, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That relationships are everything in this business.
Networking.
It's the biggest thing. Like, that's the biggest thing I tell folks all the time. Like, relationships. If you don't have strong relationships and how you can get stuff going and keep it going, that's how you kill it. You know what I'm saying? That's how you kill it. So.
I know what I did when I asked you. I almost forgot. To a lot of underground artists, they don't realize the importance of the engineer
And the DJ.
Or it's that, and they don't, or it's not mixed and mastered properly.
Right.
And I just want to know your thoughts on that coming from the engineering side.
I think one of the biggest things for me, I feel like it's a folks just don't understand.
Okay.
It's not necessarily, like I said, unfortunately we don't have a Hit Factory or Big Stu out here that really teaches that. So that's why I say that's another reason why I feel like I had to come back and be like, yo, you know what, this is a big vocal point of why your music doesn't get where it needs to be.
Yeah.
I used to tell folks, and people used to get mad at me because when I used to be like, yo, when I listen to your song, if I play it next to a Drake or a Dre, what's gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? Well, if I play it next to Amigos, that's your competition, not me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not your competition. Your competition is Drizzy. Your competition is Rihanna. Your competition is Beyonce. That's your competition. Where they spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to make sure they stuff, it sounds top tier.
Yep.
As soon for the first time you hear it. You know what I'm saying? Don't come to me with a half mix record. Don't come to me with my man working on it, but I think it's tight, bro. I just want to play it for you. I don't want to hear none of that shit.
It ain't all the way done as raw still.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's not me. Like, me and you are cool, and you just want me and you are cool, and you just trying to figure out what I feel about it. I get that, but don't tell me this a hit record. I need you to play it, and just play it tonight, and I'll get you the mix next week. Like what? Like
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Do that?
oh, all the time.
That's
You'd be
crazy.
surprised. You'd be surprised. They
That
call
is
them
crazy.
no title of the song. The joint just say track 1, and they be like, "Yo, just pull up. You see track 7 there? Yeah, just play that."
Wow, no.
I think that the engineering sometimes can be more important than the artist and the lyrics.
Sometimes,
the beat. To be honest with you,
Yeah, because the engineer can change a record.
Yeah,
the engineer can
100%.
change a record. Like there's a lot of artists that sound cool, and then when you hear the mix, like it's really, like I just finished a project, and don't get it twisted. Like we love the mix, but we were so worried about who was gonna master it, and we're like, nah, like we can't get him because he hasn't done this. Like we wanted a certain sound to master it, so we found the guy we wanted. And then once the masters came back, we were like, see, this is why, like, all that plays a part.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I tell folks too, if someone mixes your record, this is a major key. If someone mixes your record, do not let them master your record. Please. It's not gonna come out the way you think it's gonna come. I promise you that. So that's just a quick little note for anybody that just wants to, you know what I'm saying?
that's probably helpful because I know a lot of people they just get it mixed and mastered by the same person.
You gotta have different ears. Like that's the
ears.
whole. Like we go to people that just literally master. And trust me, mastering, as much as you think your stuff costs, you could find a great mastering person for not a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all about how many passes you do, clean, dirty, acapella, instrumental, whatever. But most of the time, if you just want to get a project done, you can probably get a great master for under like two or 3,000, like for real, like a great one, like you know what I'm saying, just independent, especially when they know you're indie. Like you understand when they get the labels, they hit the labels.
Gonna tax you.
They gonna tax
but when
the
you know
labels.
you indie,
You know what I'm saying?
They know you got it.
Right there. And that's why I tell folks a lot of times I finish a project and I'll go get the whole thing done and just have my receipts and then go to the label like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, like y'all could just kick me back, it would be good. Like,
good.
you know what I'm saying? I have to add my little tax.
You get that reimbursement.
Everything's smooth. So but it's very important, and I really hope that folks really like pay attention to that. And I think that's one of the things that we really have to grow here about is sound quality.
Yep.
Quality over content sometimes, because even if you want to, you can make whatever kind of music you want to make. You can rap off beat like Blueface, whatever you want to do. But as long as you. As long as it's together though, what can I say? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Blueface is off beat as he is. His music's together.
Yeah.
What can I say?
It is though.
It is. Yes.
I was listening to it yesterday.
That Tatiana got me.
Tatiana.
That got me.
You heard that?
It be in my head.
Yeah, like that. It kind of caught me yesterday for real. Like
He's definitely off, but that song just. It's how it's mixed is everything. It stands out.
Yeah.
They marketing it right too.
Yeah.
The dance, everything.
The dance is hilarious.
The dance is hilarious,
Yes.
but it got the young kids.
That's the thing.
It got the young kids. It willed them in.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So today we chopped it up with DJ Money.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you coming, man.
Definitely. I appreciate
Like
this.
them kicks too, man.
Thank you.
See,
Appreciate it. The Azores. We had to get them on fire.
I had to shout them out.
For the one time.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We on the Run TV. We'll catch y'all next time.
Yes, sir.
Broke nights, it gave me flashbacks. Where the cash at? No freebies, my NASDAQ. Where the cash at? No gassing, cause we ain't passing. Where the cash at? No gassing, cause we ain't passing. Where the cash at? Those broke nights, it gave me flashbacks. Where the